I am a UK immigrant. I came to the UK for better opportunities. I'm from South Africa. I'm a South African, born and raised South African. Ethnically, I'm a mixed European with a lot of mix. Danish, French, Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, English, Algerian. Did I miss something? Probably. Anyways, Eastern European. I'm a mix of a lot of people, okay? I'm a mix of pretty much the whole Europe and part of North Africa. I'm an immigrant. I'm a UK immigrant, I'm an immigrant in the UK. So, what is essentially, the hardest thing about moving to any country is the fact of adjustment. Of course, naturally, you'd have to adjust, right? But a lot of immigrants, we are under the illusion that when we move to a country, it's all going to be fine. Like everything's going to be sweet, everything's going to be cool, and we're just going to be happy clappy, In reality, that is not the truth. If you go to the UK or you go to the USA or Australia, your life's just not going to drastically improve because you think it's a first world country and it's going to be all sweet. Like I actually want to tell a lot of people that are coming to the UK, like, think twice about that. Think twice about it. Think really, really well about it, because more time than not, you're probably gonna be a bit depressed when you get here after a little bit of time. Not everyone does. Depends on your level of affluency and how much wealth you have and etc. You can have a good time here, especially in the countryside and these types of places. But yeah, UK cities are a mess. UK cities are a mess. Just random stuff going on. Unchecked immigrants waiting for transport. Random crackheads walking around. Homelessness just skyrocketing. UK cities are not it. But if you're just a normal immigrant coming here for like opportunity and stuff, yeah, sure, you will make more money, you will have more opportunity and be able to at least like build some kind of future. But I would say don't make that your long-term vision. And then don't just solely rely on, on like, okay, I'm just going to live in the UK forever, because you might have to make a move at some point. But besides that, my main point is that as an immigrant, when you move to the UK, like, there's a lot to adjust to, okay? Especially when you're coming from places. Luckily, I come from an English-speaking country. Imagine I came from like India. Obviously, the thing is, there's a lot of Indians here, so there's a lot of communities, so it's easier to adjust. But for someone like me that came here, that there was no South African community. South Africans don't really have a strong sense of community that I've seen in the UK, for example. I've met South African people, but they're not very like welcoming. So they wouldn't really like, oh yeah, like I invite you to my house, or you come to my house, or let's hang out. Or they're not really like that here. South African people, that what I've seen, they're very also to themselves essentially. I don't know why. But when I got here, it was a hell of an adjustment, man. It was like, it felt so lonely. And I thought, in my head, I had this idea that, whoa, when I'm going to come here, it's going to be so awesome. It's going to be so cool. Like, I'm going to come to the UK and I can build my life, and there'll be so many opportunities, and I can continue to follow my passions and stuff like this. But I quickly realized that that was not the case. I had to find my own 2 feet, essentially. And you have to find your own 2 feet. Some people don't make it. Like a friend of mine, he moved back home because, he lived with no family, so he was just living at his workplace where he worked. He basically lived, and it's like, whoa, you're just there on your own. And yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, it's lonely and it's hard, and your problems are not going to disappear. So if you come with any problems from your own country, like personally, it's not going to disappear. Like if you feel depressed in your country, it's probably not the country itself. It's probably not the economy. It's probably not the corruption. It's probably not that. It probably is you. And those things are just going to translate in the new country in a different form. So you might not have friends, and then it comes up again. You might not have friends and you feel lonely again, So that is the experience. That's the reality of it. See it like this. Okay, I'm going to go to the country. I'm going to make the best of it. It's going to be an adjustment, but I can integrate, I can adjust, and I can do things, and I can make things happen for myself. But I'm not going to see it as the magic pill. That's what it can come down to. Anyways, peace out.